Welcome to College Sports Check for Friday, February 12th, on a very cold and frigid Friday in New York. And it's February 12th. College Sports Check scores and schedule. First, we'll start with the scores. Here are the college basketball scores for Wednesday, February 10th, as follows. Texas Tech defeats Iowa State 85-82. Alabama over Texas A&M 63-62. Tulsa over SMU 82-77. Marquette over Providence 96-91. Baylor defeats Kansas State 82-72. Nevada over the Air Force 72-52. Boston University over American University 71-51. Austin Peay defeats Eastern Illinois 79-70. Colorado State over Boise State 97-93. Butler over Seton Hall 81-75. Cal State Northridge over Cal State Fullerton 75-67. UNLV over San Jose State 64-61. Belmont defeats Jacksonville State 81-73. South Carolina over LSU 94-83. Davidson over LaSalle 79-66. Holy Cross over Lafayette 67-53. Lehigh over Bucknell 80-65. Loyola Chicago over Bradley 54-43. Houston defeats Memphis 98-90. Michigan over Minnesota 82-74. Vanderbilt over Missouri 86-71. Northern Iowa defeats Missouri State 83-69. The Navy over Loyola Maryland 71-51. Wisconsin defeats Nebraska 72-61. Richmond over St. Louis 67-53. St. Joseph's over George Washington 84-66. Fresno over San Diego State 58-57. Omaha over South Dakota State 96-92. Southern Illinois defeats Indiana State 85-78. St. Bonaventure over Fordham 76-72. Tennessee State over Tennessee Tech 85-55. And Tulane defeats East Carolina 100-92. Georgia Tech defeats Wake Forest 71-66, and Utah over Washington 90-82. College Sport Check. Here are the college basketball scores for Thursday, February 11th, as follows. Indiana defeats Iowa 85-78. California over Oregon 83-63. New Hampshire over Albany 69-68. Texas State defeats Appalachian State 69-68. Louisiana Lafayette over Arkansas State 83-73. BYU over San Francisco 114-89. Binghamton defeats Hartford 68-54. Long Beach State over Cal Poly 73-70. Siena over Canisius 90-67. St. Francis of Brooklyn defeats Central Connecticut State 74-67. Western Colorado over Chattanooga 67-61. Furman defeats Citadel 95-75. Temple over UConn 63-58. Delaware over Drexel 69-60. Morehead State over Eastern Kentucky 61-50. UNC Wilmington over Ellen 86-82. FGCU over South Carolina Upstate 71-64. Fairleigh Dickinson defeats Bryant 91-77. Syracuse over Florida State 85-72. Georgia Southern over Troy 77-71. Campbell over Gardner-Webb 89-85. Gonzaga defeats Portland 92-66. Green Bay over Detroit 86-85. High Point over Coastal Carolina 68-67. And the pride of Hofstra defeating William and Mary 86-80. Oral Roberts defeats IUPUI 77-56. Illinois State over Evans 70-60. Lipscomb over Jacksonville 93-92. James Madison over Charleston 56-52. Winthrop over Longwood 88-80. LMU defeats Pacific 77-72. UMass Lowell over Maine 108-95. Wolford over Mercer 79-70. Louisiana Tech over Middle Tennessee, 73-63. Milwaukee over Oakland, 93-85. Murray State over SIUE, 70-64. McNeese State defeats New Orleans, 87-76. Eastern Washington over North Dakota, 95-85. South Dakota over North Dakota State, 72-58. Kennesaw State defeats North Florida 101-91. Old Dominion over North Texas 67-47. Northeastern over Towson 47-44. Montana State over Northern Arizona 101-58. Idaho defeats Northern Colorado 73-67. Valparaiso over Northern Kentucky 64-52. Oregon State over Stanford 62-50. Pepperdine defeats St. Mary's 69-63. Idaho State over Portland State 88-71. Charleston Southern over Presbyterian 77-63. Manhattan over Quinnipiac 84-77. Redford over UNC Asheville 60-59. Charlotte over Rice 102-73. Webb State defeats Sacramento State 63-50. Mount St. Mary's over Sacred Heart 66-61. East Tennessee State over Sanford 94-90. Santa Clara over San Diego 74-71. Tennessee Martin over Southeast Missouri State. Tennessee Martin defeats Southeast Missouri State 77-64. Montana defeats South Utah 86-53. St. Francis of Pennsylvania over Robert Morris 68-57. NJIT over Stetson 74-70. And go Seawolves! Stony Brook defeating UMBC 75-52. Alabama Birmingham defeats Southern Mississippi 80-77. Louisiana Monroe defeats Arkansas Little Rock 86-82. Hawaii over UC Irvine 74-52. UC Santa Barbara over UC Davis 72-66. VMI defeats UNC Greensboro 82-72, and the Miners UTEP defeating Florida International 84-74. Florida Atlantic defeats UTSA 79-73. UMass over VCU 69-63. LIU Brooklyn over Wagner 82-69. Colorado over Washington State 88-81. Western Illinois over Denver 63-60, and a win in the Windy City, Illinois Chicago defeating Wright State 64-59. Alright, so now that leads us to the schedule for tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Alright, so here we go. College basketball TV schedule for Friday, February 12th, as follows. At 7 o'clock, okay, in about an hour from now, actually, Dayton and Rhode Island, and that's over on ESPN2. Then it's Ohio and Buffalo on ESPNU. Niagara and St. Peter's from the Yanatelli Center in Jersey City, that's over on ESPN3. Also, Brown and Harvard, ESPN3. And the Penn Quakers and the Columbia Lions on ESPN3. And those are the 7 o'clock games. At 8 o'clock, it's USC and Arizona State, the Trojans and the Sun Devils over on the Pac-12 network. And then at 9 o'clock, it's UCLA and Arizona, the Bruins and the Wildcats on ESPN. There's a good Friday night game right there. I definitely watch Dayton and Rhode Island because I'm a Dayton Flyers fan. And then some late night basketball, UCLA and Arizona. Also at 9 o'clock, it's Monmouth and Ryder, the Hawks and the Bronx. That's over on ESPNU. UCLA and Arizona, that's on ESPN. And of course, if you get the Pac-12 network, you get USC and Arizona State. Unfortunately, that network, I don't get it. Alright, so here is the college basketball TV schedule for Saturday, February 13th, as follows. TCU, and okay, at 12 o'clock, it's TCU and West Virginia over on ESPNU. Georgetown and Providence on Fox. Kentucky and South Carolina, the Wildcat and the Gamecocks, it's over on ESPN. Northern Iowa and Wichita State. All right, that's also for let's see, 12 o'clock. That's over on ESPN2, Northern Iowa, Wichita State, ESPN2. So those are the 12 o'clock games. The rest of the schedule for Saturday is as follows. At 1 o'clock, it's Texas A&M and LSU over on CBS. At 2 o'clock, it's Purdue and Michigan on ESPN2. Xavier and Butler at 2:30 over on Fox. And then at 4 o'clock, it's Oregon and Stanford on the Pac-12 network. Louisville and North Dakota on ESPN2. And those two games are at 4 o'clock. At 4:30, Virginia and Duke over on ESPN. Then at 6:30, it's the Badgers and the Terrapins, Wisconsin and Maryland, 6:30 ESPN. 8 o'clock, St. John's and Villanova, the Red Storm and the Wildcats, CBS Sports Network. And then Texas Tech and Baylor, that's over on ESPNU. And those are the 8 o'clock games. At 8:30, it's Texas and Iowa State on ESPN. And then at 10 o'clock, it's Gonzaga and SMU, and that's over on ESPN2. Here's the college basketball TV schedule for Sunday, February 14th. At 1 o'clock, it's Indiana and Michigan State over on CBS. Pittsburgh and UNC on ESPN3, and those are the 1 o'clock games. At 6:30, Miami, Florida, and Florida State on ESPNU. Then at 7:30, it's the Gophers and the Hawkeyes, Minnesota and Iowa on the Big Ten Network. USC and Arizona on Sunday. Okay, so tonight it's USC and Arizona State, but tonight on Sunday it's USC and Arizona, and that game is 8 o'clock, and that's over on Fox Sports 1. All right, good stuff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. And if you missed RP Express, it's available at apodradio.com. Also at Springer.com, #sports. You can also check that out and catch the racing schedule for this weekend. From New York, this is Manny Allegretta. Be good and be safe. This is College Sport Check.
That's it, sports fans. Thanks for watching, and good night.